I'm going to put this out here. Muscles don't make, and I think we should all notice because it's kind of common sense. Most, but surprisingly, most people don't really see the full picture with it. They want to see results, but never in a patient condition. When they're in a position of patience, once they achieve that physique by by being motivated and everything, it'll be hard for them to keep it up with their performance. As once that motivation fades, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough trying to keep up with your physique, knowing that you built that physique off of motivation and not actual. It will be hard to keep up because the mind never really trained or conditioned itself at all to do so. The mind never adapts. That's the one thing most can't see. All the issues they may be having right now, especially when you're trying to chase like a good physique, can be not on your body, but in your mind. Your mind is the only thing that decides how you react to everything, on how you see everything, how you answer certain topics. If you don't have your mind under control for what it does, your mind is gonna control you, and most likely your mind is already used to doing of so much bad habits that it's gonna make you like doing things that are more comfortable. Like for example, right, you face of a hard task, do you either A, put in the actual work to do it, or B, procrastinate and just rest and not think about it. When the body's controlled by the mind, when you don't have any control over it, the mind will go for procrastination. It's more easier to do. The mind loves to do easy things. It doesn't want to be getting that much pressure. That makes the mind blind from discipline, from improvement, and from which is where most people are at. They can't see themselves keep, and their mind doubts itself of actually, doing great because the mind is mostly conditioned to do things only for the motivation, not for the actual work and dedication for any goal. And yes, motivation can help a little when it comes down to getting a physique, as it shows that you want to resemble a person who's fit, healthy, and cares for their health. But for you to resemble that, for you to become that physique you always wanted to have, the mind to think like it first. Everything comes from the mind. Everything. It needs to adapt to grow into the identity of someone who is fit, who is focused, and is someone that cares for growth. I want you to train the mind like you train your body. This is something that I have done to ensure that not only I'm building up in my physique and my own health that I'm building right now, but so that my mind can understand and endure through those brutal workouts that had destroyed me before with no issues whatsoever. To train your mind properly, you need to reshape how it thinks. And when I mean reshape, I mean reshape. Because without a new perspective, without new lens to look at how you're doing, you'll be thinking the same things over and over. Like for example, it's like you want to have a good physique, right? You want to have good health. Yet if your mind still is in that thought process of not really being consistent, you're gonna struggle being consistent with gym or with working out because you haven't trained your mind to do so. Luckily, though, from my experience, a growth mindset is the most beneficial to have to shift your perspective. Because with a growth mindset, the mind doesn't see challenges as challenges, but waits for you to grow and gain more wisdom. To shift into a growth mindset, I want you to focus on improving daily, not being perfect. Reflect on yourself, which I have made a video on, because reflecting does change your mindset as a whole when you really think about it, and have genuine belief that you can do something. Not right now. Which means working out, focusing on form and being patient and consistent for not only your growth of your physique to gain actual progress for it, but actually being part of the progress and effort that you have put on yourself, not just to flex with it. Because most people that do grind, that work out almost daily, intensely, but not the mind, it's more than likely that later on in the future, when they try to keep up their physique, they're gonna lose it because they're still in the same headspace, they're still in the same thought process. They're just lifting weights without actually thinking on why they're doing it in the first place. Let's be honest, you shouldn't just be working for a physique. From personal experience, that's not good. Of course, that may be like a side goal, but the genuine goal is your mind. And the sad part is that you could be in your best shape, yet when you have the same thoughts, the same mentality, the same view of life that you had, that's not good. Especially in that mentality where you're not focused. When you're used to being not focused, and you want to focus on working out. That's not a good mix. It needs to have a good balance. Your mind needs to have a good balance. And I feel like just focusing on one part, or especially on the body instead of the mind, is gonna weigh your mind down, which will also weigh your physique down in progress. That's not good. That's not good at all. That is not good at all. You can't expect change when you are still in the same thought process that has dragged you into where you are now, more that you don't want to be in, and that you know you want to do better from. And I know you can do better from where you are right now. You don't want to be in that place of where you are now where you may not be doing your best. You may be struggling all over. And I know you don't want that to happen. I know. For you to actually focus on yourself, I want you to genuinely, and I mean this from my heart, take action on shifting your mindset. Genuinely, from my heart, take action on shifting your mindset. Whether it's to have more patience, to have more of a consistent schedule, or just to change how you see yourself as a whole, to not make you feel that same pain that you had before, I can guarantee you that without focusing on your headspace first, everything will fall apart one after another. And that is why I want you to genuinely focus right now, because these days are getting tough. And if you don't have really like a mindset where you can really do better and you can't see yourself do better, you will never grow. Everything happens in the mind for a reason. All we even do is from the mind. And if you don't have proper control over it, it's going to control you. Right? Now, I've already given you some ways to how to grow into a growth mindset, but some tips that I have learned personally from having this mindset for quite some time now is see every moment for its benefits, right? Because, like, for example, like when it comes to working out, right? We know that it's kind of maybe hard for us at times, right? But if you shift it from you mind thinking of it as some place where you're suffering, place where it may feel bad, shift into the mindset of understanding that working out is gonna make you grow and get stronger. That's what I feel we mostly avoid, the positives on everything we do. And this applies to wherever you are. So every time you do a task, don't see it for its negatives, see it for its positives. And after that, check your progress daily on whatever goal you have in mind. Reflecting will help you with this, and use your time wisely when it comes to tasks. And I've learned this from deep experience. Time is either you're moving with it or it's moving without you. So you genuinely use your time to your advantage when you're in that growth mindset, especially with working out as well for a physique. Because if you want to have a physique but yet you procrastinate on it, you're gonna kind of mess up yourself in a way. That's never good. Now these tips will aid you into growth mindset, making you really see certain situations more differently than how you usually see them daily. And the one thing that you'll experience from shifting to the growth mindset, is that like you're losing yourself for a bit. This is normal because from how I've embraced it, from how I went through it, it was painful. Yeah, at the end, I became a brand new person. So I want you to embrace that pain of shifting into your new mind, shifting from your old to your new mindset, because you're moving from a mindset where it led you bad to a mindset where you can actually do good. It may feel uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, you're in a state that most people fear. Most people fear of actually changing their mindset and everything because they're so attached to what they want to do. But I can guarantee you that once you focus, once you do what you need to do, and you change your mindset for the better, you will see progress, my friend. You will. All right. Now that's all that I'd say for today. All right. So make sure to work out when needed to. Shift your mindset properly, please. Be consistent with this habit yourself. Make a growth mindset a part of your identity, a part of who you are. You'll become great in your own ways. And maybe not the best, but you will become disciplined and more accurate. All right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you, my friend, in the next one. Peace.